I don't know. I'm always trying to figure out like what's the most exciting thing I can find right now that's coming out that someone's working on. Because I see myself very much so as like in my music collection, like it's like a diary for me. You know, it's like where am I at right now? If you hear a recording of a set at a certain point in time, it's like I can kind of pinpoint and see how that taste changes or what my mood is like or just my life kind of reflected in that, essentially.
Scared rabbit, they've got you boxed in. Old habit, you draw the curtain. Lonely only if they ever leave.
Hello, my name is Michael Zarick, and in 1989, a man named Ray Oldenberg wrote a book called The Great Good Place. In this book, he coined a term called the third place. This describes a place that is outside of your home and outside of your work, that you can go exist and just be in community with others. And so I've made it my goal through my podcast, Third Space Indy, to find people all over Indianapolis who are creating community of their own. And so today, I am so excited to reconnect with an old friend of mine, Michael McReynolds, aka Sweater Disco.
Yeah. What up, man?
What's up?
Not much. Just having coffee.
I want to paint a picture for you. Actually, I want to paint a picture for the listeners. I was thinking about how I would introduce you.
Sure.
Imagine you're 21 or 22 years old. You're 3 gin and tonics deep. You're in a sort of dank basement style bar. I'm thinking of the Root Cellar in Bloomington, but you could have your own. And you're a little tired, but you're also riding high on vibes because there's a man in a booth playing the most delicious, delightful, wonderful jams on his speakers. And that is who I'm sitting next to today, is somebody who I got to personally experience going through my college years, but I've also gotten to re-experience here in Indianapolis, actually. And that's who Michael McReynolds is to me. At least I have a like very
that's
memories of like
that's a good image, you know.
It's just like being like half out of it, but also like this is awesome.
Yeah, that describes many a time, you know. But yeah, love Root Cellar. I still on there like every
we were talking about
month
that
or so. Yeah, it's still going strong.
But also I think, and we'll get into this a little bit later, but there's also like side experiences, side quests, as I would say, of just like in random people's homes, also in dank basements.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So for anybody who does not know, give a little spiel about who you are, what you do.
Yeah. So I go by Sweater Disco. I've had that name I say I've had that name. I brainstormed that name in like 2011.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Like high school.
Yeah, because that's when I started making stuff, like doing pirating Ableton and trying to DJ with it and make music with it, basically. Yeah. And basically I had just come up with made my first song of some sort, and was like, well, I guess I need to have like a name of some sort. And I did wear a lot of sweaters in high school.
You still wear a lot of sweaters.
And I still do. And I was like, at the time, kind of getting more into like electronic music, more into house music. And it was like, oh, this is all like kind of coming from disco and evolving through different genres and things. And me and one of my friends from jazz band were just like throwing ideas around, and we came up with Sweater Disco. And I was like, that feels right. And now I've just had that.
I totally forgot about this until this moment, because you mentioned high school. So I was messaging, reposted one of your things on Instagram. Yeah. And someone I know goes, I went to high school with him. Do you know who Ellie is?
Yes.
Or I guess their name is Ellie now.
Yes. Yeah.
She
we
was like,
in high school.
Was like, he was a good friend of mine. And then she sent me a photo of you. I have it on my phone. Maybe I'll use it as your intro photo, but it's you in like a not dead mouse, but like
the robot.
The robot.
Yeah. That was like early Sweater Disco days. That was like almost like probably the first year almost.
Were you striving to be like I don't want to say copycat because that's rude, I think.
No.
But like, were you wanting to like be that sort of
maybe
anonymous?
Yeah, the robot thing was like I think I just was trying to make like an interesting costume, maybe not even necessarily for like DJing, but like LMFAO just had the Party Rock Anthem video come out, and they had the robot shuffling in it, and that was
that's
like
mine.
I was like, I want to make that, and I just made it out of like cardboard and tinfoil.
And then you wore it to prom?
To homecoming. Yes. And I was probably like a sophomore in high school, and the administration actually like took it from me because like I guess
The
that
man's gotta
wasn't
get you
allowed. And then somebody went and like found it wherever they had like kept it, and they brought it back. And so I like still I
kind of
it
wish
was
you had
returned.
it still. That's
No, I think it just deteriorated. I had it for a long time.
Mhm.
I think when I moved here, I threw it out because I was like,
like it's a little moldy.
yeah, it's like I don't need it. I've got the pictures for sure, but it was definitely like that was the start of my like dance music interest
That's so
and
funny.
experimentation, I would say.
So what? First of all, I have to let the people know that you are. I don't have a lot of experience with DJs, so I
Sure.
can't like say this definitively, but like you are one of the most talented DJs I've ever experienced.
Thanks.
Personally, at hand, and there are like quite a few DJs around town who are also very talented, and almost all of them know who you are, mind you. I'm like, oh, do you know?
I've been around for long enough to where that kind of happens, I feel like.
So what drives you to like keep doing this? Because like you are up there and you look like you're having so much fun.
Yeah.
I think that's like, it's so cool.
I mean, it's hard because like the drive to do it doesn't just come from nowhere. Like, you know, like it's not like something that just like emanates from me. Like I have to like find inspiration and I guess find things to be excited about doing. Which also just changes as you get experience. Like, it's still like every time I'm playing, I find something new to work on or experiment with. And I mean, just like this week, I've probably spent 3 to 4 hours listening through new releases, like
crazy.
just to keep up with like how much music is coming out and new styles of stuff.
I used to be that way.
Yeah, and it's like I'll listen to, you know, a new album that came out that's not dance music related, or I'll listen through like all of the producers that I follow, like what are all the new stuff that they've released or their labels have released, and it's a combination of like I want to find stuff to DJ with that is hopefully I can present something that's exciting to me and also could catch someone's interest. But also like the non-dance stuff I listen to is like, it's almost like a filling in the gaps of my historical music knowledge sometimes.
I think there's a lot of people like really discount the importance of that. In any artistic work, like having inspiration outside of your personal area of work is really important. Yeah. There's a song that is like one of my most listened to songs this year. It's So Be It by Pusha T.
Nice.
Talk about?
Yeah, I think I know it.
It's produced by Pharrell.
Nice.
But there's this sort of undertone beat that's like very Arab music inspired. It's got, I don't know the name, like a sitar sound, and it's so sick. And it's like that's not something you would normally hear on like a hip hop track.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Pharrell, I mean, just one of the most iconic producers of all time, and it's like he's definitely got influences from all over the place. Yeah, you know.
Would you say that you're? This is something I observe, so I am interested to see if you have the same personal observation. Would you say your personal output of music as a DJ has, and the style of it has changed since we were in college 10 years ago?
Oh yeah,
because I noticed that like at least maybe it's a vibe based thing, but like, and it's probably depends on the venue too. So there's that. Yeah. So like I noticed that when we were at Turner's at the Stutz, it was a lot more low key, a lot more like listenable. Versus my experience with you in Root Cellar, which is like that's like slap your mama dance stuff. I mean, my taste has vastly changed. I mean, if you count, from, you know, when I graduated in 2018 to now,
I think, yeah, it just kind of has to. Essentially, if I played the same stuff as I was playing, I think I would be a lot more bored now. Like, and some people, like, if you have a certain amount of, let's say, success or like a step up in, you know, reputation, they feel like they have to keep maintaining that stylistic kind of move where like, oh, people like this because I'm getting more popular or whatever.
Yeah.
And so it's very real that like if somebody was just looking to like maintain or just keep it around as like a side hustle, like you wouldn't have to change as much, I would say, but just like artistically it's not interesting to me to just keep playing like, I don't know, the same type of like, I was probably doing a lot of like tech house, very straightforward, kind of more closer to mainstream stuff. And now it's like, I feel like when I really get into the stuff that I want to showcase, if somebody's like, show me your weirdest stuff, like that's the stuff I really am curious about, I would say. And like, that's gotten more in like a techno, kind of like a conglomeration of like techno and more disco-y house kind of sampled stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm just kind of trying to piece together like, I don't know. I'm always trying to figure out like what's the most exciting thing I can find right now that's coming out that someone's working on. Because I see myself very much so as like in my music collection, like it's like a diary for me, you know? It's like, where am I at right now? If you hear a recording of a set at a certain point in time, it's like I can kind of pinpoint and see how that taste changes or what my mood is like or just my life kind of reflected in that, essentially. And that's, I think, part of the fun of it, I guess.
It's like, is it like Monet or whoever had like their blue years?
Sure.
Where they're like going through a deep depression and you're like, man, I was really depressed at this time. And you're like listening to your old set.
Yeah, no, like definitely it's interesting to see like, yeah, I've gone through my more like, oh, I really want to play very underground stuff. And then it's like, there's phases where I'll ease up and be like, oh, I'll go more like light with it, like, or slower or faster. Like there's some times where I'm like, oh, I feel like I want to play really fast, like techno stuff. And it's like, I feel like right now I'm more in a phase where it's like, oh, I like the more funky, weird house stuff that's not mega fast, but it's like got a lot of interesting stuff going on with it, you know? Yeah, the Discord notification. Yeah.
Did you know, sorry, total aside, I have been on your email list since like 2016.
Oh, sick.
I've been getting emails. I haven't lived in Indianapolis since last year, but I'm like, oh, there's Michael. Like,
yeah, I try to keep it updated, you know?
So can you walk me through like, so like the difference between you, and I don't mean to disparage wedding DJs, but
sure.
Can you walk me through like what you're doing on the stage that sets you apart from other DJs? Like I think like when you think of DJ, you just think of like picking music and putting it on the speaker.
Sure.
That is not what you're doing. You're up there like working I'll let you talk about it, but you're like twisting knobs and doing stuff that actually has an effect on what the output is.
Yeah. So I think the kind of like the vast difference between the kind of breakdown of like a wedding DJ versus I guess a DJ who's going at it from a more personal artistic angle, you know? A wedding DJ, or like, let's say even wider than that, like a radio DJ who's playing on a massive station. You're going for entertainment that kind of has the widest appeal possible, essentially. And it doesn't have as much to do with like your personal taste as the taste of everyone in general. Like more of like a almost like cultural barometer average.
That's an interesting, yeah.
And then so as you get more into I guess environments. Oh, there's pistachio.
Hi, pistachio.
More into like when people are seeking out like more personal artistic experiences, like club experiences or like raves or underground parties, they have more of an expectation that that DJ is going to showcase their very individual taste.
Yeah.
And that's what they're looking for, you know?
So
and along
like,
with that,
because at a wedding, you're showing up for the couple and the music is accoutrement versus like going to a club or whatever. And I'm showing up for the DJ.
Yeah. And it's like, as you get into that, it's like people have more of an expectation or more willingness to experience something really out there. Whereas like, yeah, you're not going to be playing experimental noise music at a wedding, most likely. I mean,
why not?
I mean, sure, why not? But it's like people are looking for. Peanut is sniffing the tripod currently.
I can't smell that good.
No. And so like kind of what I'm doing differently is being more aggressive with mixing and blending multiple songs together, which I feel like people who are going to clubs and more underground parties have an understanding of that a little bit more than the typical wedding goer.
Yeah.
You know? And that's where like, oh, you can combine different genres and different eras and kind of put music in a different context that I think makes it more exciting or more, I guess, potentially thought-provoking even. And yeah, it's still about having fun and it's about having, you know, you want people to dance and it's about finding different ways to do that, framing kind of like your music taste in the context of the party and the club that you're at.
Yeah. Okay, but for a total layman also.
Yeah.
Like even including me, who doesn't really understand what you're doing, I can notice it. But can you talk me through like transitioning from one song to another?
Oh, sure.
Again?
Yeah. So more the specifics of that. Like,
yeah, I just am interested because like I have no it's funny like watching like a boiler room video on YouTube or something.
Yeah.
Is that what that's called?
Yeah.
The what's like a specific club or something, like a house show.
It's like an event series basically that is
and they've got this
international.
giant board and there's a bunch of knobs and even like random people will come up and like twist it. I was like, that's really weird.
That is
that random
pretty
person
adventurous. Yeah.
But those knobs like do things. So
Yes.
like, what are you doing up there that is creating the certain experience you're seeking to?
Yeah. So to break it down, like what you're typically seeing on like if you're talking a big live stream or a big live streamed event, it's a mixer in the center that's combining signals from basically multiple CD players, but they're playing off a USB, MP3, wave, whatever.
Yeah.
And so
The turntables don't do anything anymore.
yeah, I mean, people still play vinyl sets, but typically like what I'm playing on is digital gear. So everything's coming into the mixer. You've got 2 tracks that are lined up. I'm changing things like the EQ. So like taking the low end out of a song and bringing another one in. Changing just like the loudness of each song to kind of transition from one to the other. And then more creatively, like adding effects, using the mixer, like echo, reverb, more creative stuff, like weird looping, things like that. Just to like, usually what I'm trying to do is like create some like rhythmic excitement or some like tension, like the tension and release kind of.
So it's not always about having just a smooth transition. There's other stuff factoring in there.
And it's like, you could do the smooth transition thing, or you can do really fast transitions that are more jarring, and it's like all kind of contextual to see what works.
Yeah, because I was sitting with, I'm gonna give a shout out to Fred Miller.
Yeah.
Local
Shout out to Fred.
Local activist and like music man. I don't know what he does.
Just like lot. He does everything. Yeah.
We were sitting, I mentioned being at Turner's. We were sitting at Turner's and there was a moment where I could like listen and hear a new song like creeping up. Yeah. And I was like, oh, I hear it. And then the transition happened and it was not noticeable, which is cool, but I could hear the old song lingering. And I thought that was cool to like have 2 tracks meld into one in an interesting way.
Yeah.
Like that.
I think that's one of the most interesting things to me about the capabilities of DJing is the unique moment that happens when you mix 2 songs that we're not destined to be together.
Yeah, I don't think they
necessarily.
were. They were not. I don't know what songs they were necessarily or the moment, but they were not similar.
Yeah,
But there
no,
was
it's
a
like you
moment
can.
of like, oh, I didn't even notice it.
Yeah, it's connecting the dots a little bit.
So what drives you, or like what are you doing this like just for the love of music, or do you like the other end? Do you like seeing people? Do you like giving people the joy of dance and like providing them a space to move their bodies and stuff?
Yeah, that's a good question, because there's a lot for me that like kind of factors into the, I guess, the enjoyment of it. So yeah, I mean, ever since college, with house parties and with like Home Planet that we were doing.
Oh my God, I totally forgot. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's kind of, I feel like, the shining example for me, where basically we were like throwing house parties, bringing in a way too big of a sound system for what we should have been.
There was a couple of house shows that I attended in college, not necessarily yours, but I'm sure they were a part of it.
Yeah,
where I felt that the living room floor might have collapsed.
There's definitely
like,
one of those situations where that has been an issue. But yeah, so like that, it felt, I still kind of hold that personally as like one of the more important things that I've maybe ever done, just because of like, we were throwing free parties for people who couldn't go to bars because we were not 21. It was all just producers who wanted to showcase, like, that was kind of the start of that, was like, we're all making stuff that we want to showcase, but also we're DJing. So it's like a combination of things where some people are doing purely live, like original stuff. Yeah. And then some people were doing like me, like just DJ plus like my original stuff that I was making.
Were you all music students? Everyone involved?
Yes. Okay. Everyone who was like the core of it. We were all in the audio program, basically. So that's kind of where it started. And it was like seeing people's shock walking into that and being like, whoa, like this, like people were asking us, we're like, is this a venue? Like, is this like, what is this even? Like, is this a house? Like, seeing that kind of response, and then seeing people just fully accept the kind of music that we were introducing or playing or exposing people to, like, that was so unparalleled, and I met like just through that process, some of my best friends, like the longest friends that I've had, people who I still keep up with musically. We debuted people who went on, like, have gone on national tours and international.
That's crazy.
Like their first set, because they were like from surrounding Midwest cities or elsewhere, or weren't 21 yet. And we kind of like spotted them and we're like, hey, like, this person's doing something really cool. Or this collective from Chicago, for example, we had a bunch of people come from Chicago. They were doing something really cool, and we're having a hard time throwing events or finding places to play in a big city. And so we're like, oh, come down here. We're going to throw a collaborative house party and just kind of showcase them. Yeah. And just like the connections, just friendships, kind of personal connections that we made through that were really cool.
Is there anything like that anymore? This is a constant conversation because you're on Third Space Indy. Yeah. The premise of this show is that Third Spaces no longer exist. Yeah. And when I think of you, and that's not to say like people are not finding community in certain ways. There are probably somebody at some college somewhere doing similar to what you did. Sure. But I think we struggle with like obviously you have bills to pay. So like you had a lot more free time probably in college and a lot. Sure. But like there's still no like real dedicated space for people of under 21 to go clubbing in that way. Like you were unique in that way. Yeah. There's not a ton of that going on, especially here in Indianapolis. Yes. It's I guess to expand from even just what we were doing, like the under 21 aspect of it, just in general, like I don't know most people who go to
or host house parties. Like,
there's a book.
yeah,
I think it's called like The Death of the Party or Death of the House Party or something. I need to read it.
That
I think
sounds
it definitely fits with
relevant.
my thing. But yeah, I think
Yeah.
because of things like Netflix, because of things like DoorDash,
Yes. There's less of a
TikTok,
reason
and like
to-
the media on our phone, like we don't have like there's no ecosystem of like, let's just go out and maybe this is a problem for you and I to solve. But
yeah.
I saw yesterday on Instagram, like someone was hosting like this is in New York City, and I was like, I should do this here.
Yeah.
Just like they call them living room lectures. They like go to someone, I think it's at one guy's house, but he invites different people to give like the nerdiest lecture of all time. Just like,
Cool.
Hey, come over, eat some charcuterie, and we're gonna nerd out.
That's sick. Like, yeah, I desperately miss the house party days of college, and it's always something that like I want to capture that feeling for me now, you know, because what we're seeing, and this kind of very closely ties into what's happening in indie nightlife overall, where venues and bars and places where people are playing music are either heavily struggling, shutting down, having restrictions placed on certain types of events. And it's just increasingly becoming really hard to find places to like showcase just, I guess, music, but in my case, like dance music that is not mainstream, I guess. And there's certain places that are doing it super well, like State Street Pub.
I still haven't been in there, but I'm aware of it.
Killer, like just across the board, great booking, doing really out there stuff from punk to noise stuff to State Street Club, which does like a great techno night. And
is that the one that you were at last night?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So you're there a lot, and just to describe the scene, it's sort of like, it's always red. I don't know. I don't know how to say it. But there's like an actual booth that you're in, sort of, or behind a table. Yeah. And then there's like a big dance floor. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So that's, or you might be thinking of the Patron Saint, which was on Thursday. From 2 days ago?
I don't know. I've never been to any of these places.
If it's the videos that I posted, that was from the Patron Saint.
Oh, okay.
Where they've got the no requests, the neon sign
that's
up.
what I am thinking of. Okay.
Yeah. And that's another great space for us to dance with our house night on Thursdays. But still, it's hard to get traction there as like a purely underground framed kind of night. Because it's on South Meridian, and it's like the foot traffic is not accustomed to underground stuff. Yeah. You know, and again, because it's on South Meridian, you've got the non-negotiables like rent, you know. Oh, hi.
Creep it up.
Yeah.
Oh, he's on the cam.
Yeah.
I see you.
She's like, oh.
Is there still stuff in there?
Yeah.
I can toss it over here.
And so like, they have to be mindful of the business side of things as well, to where they're like, oh, we can't book too much of this or that because it's not economically viable, or maybe because they don't know how to market it potentially, because that's also evolving. Like every part of it is evolving.
Yeah.
And
I know there is a scene of, and I mean this in the kindest way possible.
Yeah.
Bunch of weirdos who want to dance.
Yeah, and
they're out
like,
here,
and we're finding it. Yeah, you know. And there's parties that are doing really well to adapt and find those spaces. You know, where maybe it's not necessarily like a typical like central downtown location, but they're like, hey, we can not only bring in people, but bringing in like internationally touring techno artists. And because they know how to market it and know how to like find that audience that's interested in going to that, they're really succeeding at like bringing together that kind of new, at least like in the last like year, community of people that are like, oh, we have to kind of like pivot away from the central downtown stuff that is not really giving some of these genres like the opportunity to proliferate, I would say, because it is what people are looking for, especially young people who are just out of college. And speaking from someone who, like, I teach at IU Indy, like, I see what people are listening to, and it is super experimental and it is super out there, and they ask or don't know like where to find it, you know,
or like where they can perform too, right?
Yeah.
'Cause
Oh,
you're
yeah. That's
teaching,
a huge part
like,
of it.
You're teaching producing and stuff. Right?
Yes.
So,
yeah. So I'm teaching music tech, and a lot of that is performance based. A lot of that, it's kind of a split between performance and production stuff.
yeah.
So it's pretty even balance.
Who are some local DJs that inspire you, or like people should be paying attention to, in your opinion?
Oh yeah. Honestly, in terms of like real inspiration, that's probably my biggest source of it. In terms of like stuff that makes me want to come back and practice and make stuff. Like, well, I've got to shout out my good homies.
Okay, you're allowed to do homies here.
Yeah. Samaro has held it down for Proper.
Oh, I've heard that name.
Yeah, he's run Proper at the Saint for 7 years. And it's a weekly party, so he's there nonstop. Just always plays stuff that I've never heard every week. And I'm like, dude, I
He's
don't
in the
even
lab.
know. Like, he just listens to so much new, music and new house music that it always kind of puts the fire under me to be like, oh, I want to bring something cool.
Is it? Yeah, it's almost like a competition a little bit. You're like,
it's like a friendly competition of like, you want to, once you get to a certain point of DJing, everyone's playing stuff that you've never heard. Like, it's kind of out the window to be like, oh, I know every song that this person's playing. It's probably not going to happen.
Yeah.
If everyone's really on that level. And that's what I love. Like, those DJs can have that kind of friendly, like, just encouragement of like, let's go push the boundaries and find new stuff to play.
Definitely.
So Samaro, Tico Barber, Pablo, who also runs another party called Industria that has been really killing it lately.
Yeah.
Petito, who also helps with Industria.
Petito.
Yeah. Some of the people who I've been hanging out just over the last year, like Brofi, K9, Angel Aura, they're
You're really going like above and beyond here, by the way. I was expecting like 3 names, but you're just
so,
yeah.
So like these are all people who I see like not only as like really solid DJs, but just like people who are good community figures as well.
I've seen I've met Janelle.
Yes,
Janelle.
yeah, she's awesome.
Her name is Janelle, but her username is Janelle.
Yeah.
And then there's somebody I've been seeing around, but I've never met. Her name is DJ China. Is that?
Yeah. She's great as well.
Yeah.
And she's done a bunch of stuff at Blind Tiger, and all over the place. But yeah, so like those are all people in like the dance scene. I'm trying to think of. Nap D&B just as a crew is always doing more cool stuff in the drum and bass kind of more up-tempo area.
Yeah.
And Gons and Tonic, who run State Street Club, like are all super solid. There's more, but like that's like a good starting point.
But this is like the thing though, is like once I met as soon as I met Fred, actually, that was a real kicker, because for some reason he just knows everybody on Earth. It was just like, oh, then I like reconnected with you. I got your number from him, actually.
Yeah.
And it was like, okay, I am now like going to a bar. I got a new job, so I can go to a bar, actually. And then it's like, oh, Janelle's there. And then it's like, oh, I'm starting to like see that there's like an insane amount of extremely talented people here.
Yeah.
And this is top down, like, or I don't know what the correct term here is, but this happens across all genres here, actually. Like, our hip hop scene here in Indianapolis is crazy. Like, and the fact that there's a huge DJ scene, I've noted there's insane jazz musicians here. It's crazy to see. People always use the term world class, but I think that's so diminishing. It's like there's just incredible Indianapolis talent here, and I think we don't see it, or like, unless you're like seeking it out specifically, it's not well highlighted.
Yeah, it feels like one of the scenes that is like really growing a lot musically. And I think it just tends to happen as the city overall. There's a bit more light that's been shown on indie in the last couple of years, I think, due to conventions or sports or, you know, like Pacers and Fever and everything else, like gets more attention.
Yeah. When are you playing the Pacers game?
Oh my, I mean, those DJs are great as well. Like that, speaking of the DJ scene, but no, probably not the right gig for me necessarily. But there's certain people who are involved in the city, like Metronome is one of those guys who has put on a lot of people in those weekends, like the All-Star weekends and big sporting events downtown, where he'll like source DJs and place them like around at spots either outside or at locations downtown, and kind of help shine a light on local talent and local like DJ talent, especially, which is super cool. And it's like, you got to have those people.
How much, just to pivot a little bit, how much of your, when I think of DJing, I think of sourcing music from others. How much music of your own are you producing?
Yeah, so.
Because I saw your quote unquote apology video the other day where you're like, sorry everyone, I released a punk rock video.
I think people forget. Well, I mean, I just like am not good about releasing stuff regularly. So I work on a lot of stuff that is in progress or kind of slowly gets finished over months. You know. Oh my gosh.
You're about to commit a crime, Mr. Cat.
And so, oh my gosh.
See, you knew you were doing something bad.
So I make a lot of stuff. I've been making stuff as long as I've been DJing, I guess longer, technically. But just with all my teaching and other stuff that I do, I don't get as much time to like hyper focus on it. Because also when I'm here, I'm doing stuff for other people. Like I'm mixing and mastering, or I do music editing for performers.
Yeah. That's awesome.
And just all kinds of stuff, you know? But I have been really trying to put more attention on I guess, original music, to play and to release, because like it's a part of me that like doesn't get expressed through DJing as much. It's like a different outlet, essentially. I play a lot of my own stuff, especially in more club sets, I would say.
Yeah.
Like if I'm given an hour to play, you know, as opposed to like 5 hours at Root Cellar or something like that. I want to
5 hours at Root Cellar sounds crazy.
Oh yeah.
Do you get breaks in there?
No.
That's
and it's
crazy.
Like I mean I just like get in. I feel like DJs can just get into a mode where you just kind of like go.
Yeah.
And it's like time just kind of goes away.
How many Red Bulls do you pound a week?
Probably too many, for sure. Like that, I go between coffee and that, and I'm just like going, you know. But no,
you're a skinny guy. You metabolize.
Yeah, I just keep moving, you know. But no, I try to showcase my own music when I can. And I've been doing a lot more. Like I put out a remix, like an official remix recently. I did another one that's kind of like on the table to be released, but not sure on like when. And so it's like I have a large catalog of stuff that is either released or unreleased, or edits or remixes that will never be released, that I kind of incorporate into DJ sets, which is another way to kind of express like, I guess, my taste or my view of like what house music is to me, you know? And so I think that's important as well, and important to like, I don't know, I try to seek out the producers in indie as well who are like doing stuff like that. Cause like, that's a really strong community to have, is like people who are all making stuff and learning together, you know, because there's so much learning to do in any kind of like intense software field like that, you know.
Yeah, a lot of people don't think of music creation as software stuff, but it definitely is. Especially in the year 2025.
Yeah, I mean, if you're doing it really intensely, it's coding, it's programming, it's understanding a, you know, user interface that is pretty complex,
Mhm.
I would say.
Mhm.
And so yeah, it takes years to learn and to learn from other people and figure that stuff out.
Yeah. We're going to transition into
Sure.
what I call the canned questions.
Oh sure, yeah. I need a little notebook like that.
I can get you one.
Okay,
You don't live that far.
that's true.
I did walk here. Whoop, 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 whoop. I don't know why I'm acting like I don't know what I'm about to say. Third Space Indy is sponsored by cityrising.org. Mark Lotta has decided to sponsor the podcast. Shout out to Mark always. But if you didn't know, City Rising is a social impact studio that leads and supports innovative projects that strengthen, celebrate, and repair people and places. I like that you're nodding along. It's funny.
I'm along for the ride.
So if you are a people or you're the leader of an organization or a place and you're interested in improving your built or live environment, reach out to me, reach out to Mark Lotta, or go to cityrising.org and we'll get you hooked up. Mark has sponsored a question.
Oh, cool.
And the question is, what is a third space to you?
Ooh, like metaphorically or just literally?
You can take
like,
it however you like.
That's
actually, I like when people answer both.
Yeah, I mean that's a really good question. Third space. Okay, so I think it's easy for me to think of a third space because so much of what I do revolves around. Well, interesting.
I've caught you up.
Yeah, because it's like, do I count like a club as a third space? Because I kind of work there.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll discount that. I'll take that out of the equation because I don't think that's an accurate third space for me.
Yeah.
Because it still feels like I'm a professional.
Yeah, you're
You
not
know.
getting the same experience that the people who are attending your.
No, it's very different. I'm still very much like a coffee shop guy. Like when I get the opportunity
What's
to be.
What's your go-to?
I mean, right now it's like just out of location, I'll go to Thieves down on the corner.
Yeah,
of
same. Well, how have I never seen you there?
I mean, I went there more in the summer
Okay.
because I would walk there. But yeah, just like honestly, anywhere that has a good chai or matcha latte. And like I just like to post up and like get out of my house, like, which I guess is the whole idea of a third space is like, yeah, somewhere else to get out of the rut of especially working from home so much. It's like I have to physically leave here to get into a different kind of mindset sometimes. So like that's great. Hubbard and Craven's down there I'll go to pretty often. Outside of that, like, I mean, I love when I get the opportunity to go to things that are not music related or not dance music related, which like I need to do more of, really.
When you talk about pulling inspiration
Yeah.
outside your genre, I don't see it. You know, there's your.
Yeah. And it's like, it gets me out of like the kind of like, not putting up a front, but like being a professional. Like if I'm at the Patron Saint or I'm at a club that I play at, like, or I know people who
People
are playing
approach
at,
you in a certain way.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I don't fully feel like completely relaxed, you know.
Yeah.
It's like you're kind of not on the clock, but like people perceive you a certain way.
Yeah.
You know.
I went to a poetry open mic last Sunday.
Nice.
I want to say it's my first one ever.
Sure.
I can't say that for certain, but I
Mhm.
am nearly certain.
Yeah.
And it was so pleasant. Like
Where was that?
So Sam Ferrante, who's the comms director for Indie Reads, threw an open mic with Indiana Humanities at Indiana Humanities, which is
Cool.
on. I can never remember the street,
Sure.
but it's across the street from the Harrison Center.
Oh, sick.
Um,
That's great.
and it was the same day that it was like negative temperatures, and I rode the bus there. Anyways,
Yeah.
but it was like wonderful to like hear people really put themselves out there.
Yeah.
She was like, "Michael, do you want to be on the open mic?" I was like, "No,
Oh, God, that
not
would
today."
be nerve-wracking.
But maybe next time, maybe
Yeah,
a time
yeah.
after or something. But
Totally.
it was like every single person was, and it really made me want to practice writing.
Yeah.
Because it was like, wow, you are evoking something out of me, even if this is not like how I personally feel. Like I am feeling something,
Mhm.
and that is like really interesting. That,
Yeah.
I really think is cool as somebody who does not consider themselves like actively a writer, even though I write a blog every week.
Well, sure.
Hey, sign up for my mailing list.
Yeah.
So, the reason I bring this up is because like when you talk about wanting to get out of your sort of realm of party music and dance music, I think like going to something like that or going to like a random like something more like a different version of humanities, because I think they would consider they would consider dance music as sort of a humanities area. So like going to seek out like a different humanities style.
Yeah, like different performances. Yeah, that's actually something that just kind of reminded me of, is especially, man, like it is such a different experience to get to go see, like for me, it's like a dance showcase or performance of any sort, or like when I've gotten to go to,
you mean like Nutcracker or like anything in that realm of dance?
I mean anything.
Yes, yeah,
like and kind of adjacent to that would be like when I've gone to like the White Rabbit for like some of the drag shows or variety shows and things like that, and it's like, I don't know what it is. It brings out like a very emotional side in me, which is like,
you're mentioning a cabaret, which could bring out some certain emotions in a lot of people.
Sure, okay, yeah, but like it almost like I've seen performances that have like brought a tear to my eye almost, where I don't know. It's like, it is really inspiring to me, because it's like, it's like being a DJ. I'm used to like, I don't know, it's a wide environment, and there's a lot of people who like kind of phone it in, and it's like people are not putting their
whole ass
into it. Yeah, and it's like, people find it easy to phone that in, or like it's like allowable. And it's like, if you're a like physical live performer who's making like a costume and making song choices and putting together like a concept, that's a whole nother level, you know.
That's so sick.
And it's like, man, I just like the song choice, the kind of performance capabilities, the costuming of it, it's such like great to me, like just like riveting entertainment. And it's inspiring, because it makes me want to be like, oh, how do I put more of like myself into what I'm doing and really tap into that.
Yeah.
And it's always very refreshing to like go to stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know?
I think about and then we'll move on to the next question. But I think about when I was high school and younger, we would go to Louisville. It's whatever the acting stage, the Louisville acting something. Actors Guild of Louisville? I don't know.
Sure. Yeah,
basically stage plays.
Yeah.
That's the easiest way to say it. Every year we would go see Dracula.
Oh, cool.
And it never got old.
That sounds sick.
And it was more than likely the same actors most years.
Yeah.
And it, like, talk about being transported into a different world.
Yeah.
Even like, it's a stage play. Like, if you were to stand back and like look at it, it looks goofy.
Sure.
But these people, as you say, put their whole ass into it.
Yeah.
And they are selling a character, and they are selling a vibe. And the dude who plays like Dracula, who transforms into a werewolf in the opening scene, for I don't know the reason for that, but like the guy who's dressed as this crazy werewolf looking guy is like drooling on the person in the front row, and you're like, oh my god, this is sick.
That's so dope.
Yeah. Or like a guy like there's like a character who's like playing like a mad scientist guy, and he has a live rat.
Whoa.
And then he like pretends to take a bite out of it.
Oh my god.
It's like, and then his face is covered in blood. So
that sounds sick.
Pretends to eat the rat. Now I don't know if they still do this anymore.
I mean, I hope
but
so.
I know this
sounds
is
awesome.
the experience I had. And then he starts going crazy and like starts spittling like fake blood.
Oh my god.
And like that is incredible.
I love that.
It's so amazing. Like to be able to like truly sell an experience in that way is something I think you can never experience sitting on your couch.
No way.
Yeah.
You have to be there.
Yeah.
You know.
Next question.
Yeah.
Sorry. Related to the previous question. Thank you for sharing, by the way.
Yeah, that was great.
What is a third place or space for you that has existed previously? And you kind of already answered this, but I'm interested if you change it up. That has existed for you previously that no longer does.
Ooh, that's a really good question. I'm trying to think of like, okay, Indianapolis, Bloomington, Noblesville, even. I mean, one that I can think of long ago, I would say. So this was high school. I went to high school in Noblesville. And at a like downtown Noblesville coffee shop, there was a writers and like musicians circle that was organized by one of my friends, Duck Trash.
Was it Noble Coffee?
Yeah.
Okay, I've been there.
Yeah. So shout out Duck Trash.
Duck Trash is awesome.
Yeah, they're doing like insanely cool techno stuff.
Well, he's out here still?
Yeah, they're up in Detroit.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, and like long time, like from high school friends. But they organized like a writer's circle called Alphabet Soup. And it was one of the first places where I ever shared music stuff. Like I would like literally bring like a really, really crappy pair of like aux cord to like computer speakers, like tiny, horrible response.
Like the type of cord where if you bent it too hard, it would break.
Yeah. And it's like, I literally would just bring my laptop and be like, hey guys, like I'm working on this, or like I finished this, and share just like electronic music stuff I was working on.
And they probably thought it was sick.
Yeah. And it really stuck with me because people were like, I specifically have ingrained in my mind like one comment that someone made where it was like also somebody who I grew up with, and she was like, wow, this made me feel way cooler than I actually am. And I'm like, that's how I feel about music, you know? Like, and it was like really confidence building and just like a fun, it was every week, and it was like different people would show up and share stuff and do poetry and sing or play songs. And yeah, it was really crazy, just like that, how cool it was to think back on that. But just like a nice addition.
That's
to
awesome.
My high school days.
Yo, shout out to Noble Coffee. I do like that coffee shop. I don't go to Noblesville very often because it's too far.
Yeah, that's fair.
But the town square there is really nice. So.
Yeah, super cute.
Anyways, thank you for answering. That's a wonderful answer. I enjoyed that. So every episode, I have the previous guest ask the next guest a question.
Cool. Okay,
so
I like that.
Yesterday, I recorded another episode with a woman named Lillian Barkus, and she asked the question. It requires some background. So the Indianapolis is founded on, the Circle City is founded on the mile square flat. And there's 4 quadrants. So there's northwest, northeast, southwest, southeast. Of those 4 quadrants, if they were to do a battle of the quadrants, which one do you think would win and why?
Oh, damn. That's really funny. I'm making like a mental map. Like I feel like I don't. I definitely don't have like a full grasp of every quadrant, I would say.
So I think the main sort of landmarks would be like Mass Ave.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
And you got Indiana Avenue.
Okay. Yeah.
And you got in the south west, you would have like the Colts Stadium.
Yeah.
What's it called? Lucas Oil.
Yeah.
And then Gainbridge would be like the 4 main sort of landmarks.
Yeah.
I don't consider. I didn't actually I answered the question. I didn't reference any of those. So
sure. Yeah. Is Fountain Square within that, or that's like a little outside?
I think it's a little bit outside.
Yeah. In that case, I would have to go northeast with Mass Ave.
Is there any particular like thing that draws you to that area, or do you just like Mass Ave?
I like the food. you know. I had a Euro from Petra Cafe recently that changed
I still
my life.
haven't been there.
So it was like the
Have you
best I've
been
ever
to
had.
Canal Bistro over here?
Yeah.
Okay. I like
Also
Canal Bistro.
banger.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so that got some points.
Okay,
with me.
okay.
And I just think like people are like, I just like have had a really good time. Like you've got like Old National Center kind of over there. You've got like Teeny and Metro. You've got like Titanium. It's a nice little restaurant over there. You know, I won't count Bottle Works in that because that's like new school. Like we don't really associate with them as much.
That's funny.
Like
it sounds like there's some beef there.
it's not beef, but it's like that's like not. That doesn't feel like Indianapolis as much to me as
Okay.
like it's kind of touristy. I still love it. Like I love their theater. I go to their movie theater a lot. But I'm like Mass Ave is like its own thing, you know.
That's funny.
And like North Mass Boulder is over there. I think there's just a lot of strong locations with strong people. over
Strong
there.
locations with strong people.
And
The
I just feel
tagline.
like they would hold their own. You know, if it really came down to
I don't
it.
know if it's like a physical fight or if it's like,
Just like a
Lillian said it's like a party. Like everyone's throwing a their own party.
Still definitely Mass Ave. Like, oh my gosh.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for answering. Great. One last question and then we'll wrap up.
Sure.
What question would you like to ask the next Third Space Indie guest? I have not scheduled it, so I don't know.
Sure.
I can't tell you.
No, that's great.
You're the last episode of the year, by the way.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Well, happy
Happy New Year.
New Year
We're wearing
and
if
holidays.
you're not watching, we're wearing Santa Claus hats and lights.
Yeah, you better be watching though, because you're missing this.
You missed some cat action.
You did miss some cat action, so that's fair. Okay, so question for the next guest.
It can be whatever you want.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of something interesting. Okay, so I think. Okay, I have one. To set the stage, you are throwing a party at your chosen third space. It is the last event at that space ever, and you're in charge of the music. What is the last song that you play? To shut it down.
It can't be closing time.
No. Like
This is like it was your last meal type thing.
kind of yeah. Like let's say the world is ending tomorrow, or at least this space is, you know, transporting out of existence tomorrow. What is the song that you would play that could sum up your experience with
That place. Oh,
to shut it
that
all
is
down?
a sick question, actually.
I'm kind of poaching it from a music podcast that like there's like a last party on earth that like the whole concept is about like different aspects of the last party on earth, but I just love that question as well. So I'm now asking it to you.
I really don't know who it is. Normally I do, and I need to do some.
Well,
planning.
it's a mystery then.
I don't tell the guest anyways, so whatever.
Yeah.
Hey, Mr. Sweater Disco.
Yeah.
Where can the people find you?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you've got some shows coming up.
Oh yeah. That's true.
Spit those out.
Yeah. Like
Because this will come out before New Year's.
Oh,
so.
sick.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm playing at New Year's Eve with the Progression Indie crew at Guide and Anchor Creative Studios, graphic design studio,
But also like party space.
and also Party Space, which is definitely a great third space. And you can find a lot of just where I'm playing generally. The best place to keep up with me is probably Insta at this point, because I just try to share all my music.
It's at
videos.
Sweater Disco, right?
At Sweater Disco. If you want to find my like actual music stuff, that's online. I would recommend SoundCloud, which is just Sweater Disco. I've got like 40 hours of DJ mixes up there, so you won't be bored. Hopefully, sorry if you.
Do you plug the mailing list ever? I'm on the mailing list.
Yeah, you can also join my mailing list. It's I've got like a link tree with all my
That's right.
links and whatnot, which that is on there.
Hey,
So,
in the show notes, check it out.
yeah.
Thank you so much for watching or listening to this episode of Third Space Indie. Thank you, Michael.
Thank
for
you, Michael.
Being you live so close. We need to hang out more, but thank you for listening to this episode of Third Space Indy. You can find me at Third Space Indy on Instagram, or by going to thirdspaceindy.com, where you can sign up for my weekly blog, which I release on Mondays with the episode. Thank you to cityrising.org for sponsoring the podcast. And thank you, as always, to Jennison for letting me use your music as my entry music. Anyways, thanks so much for listening once again, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.
Later.
We're done.